They'll be very deep.
Now at 10, a state representative takes a closer look at the proposed site for the Veterans Cemetery. And issues at a landfill in Augusta are still unresolved. Also tonight, legislative priorities, what local and state lawmakers plan to focus on this year. I'm Denise Jefferson. This is News Channel 6 at 10 on MeTV.
Live from Television Park, this is WJBF News Channel 6 at 10 on MeTV.
Good evening, I'm Denise Jefferson. Thank you so much for joining us. John Hart is on assignment. Coverage you can count on begins with city leaders touring the proposed site for the largest veteran cemetery in Augusta.
A lot has happened in the last 2 years in spite of COVID.
A project 20 years in the making is moving forward.
We've been able to advance this project far along that it would be on the VA's priority list for funding.
Former Augusta Mayor Bob Young has been working on bringing a veteran cemetery to Augusta for years.
And so it's important in our community with a veteran population of about 66,000 to try to accommodate that need.
Thursday, he was joined by city leaders and the new Georgia Commissioner of Veterans Services to tour the proposed 200-acre cemetery property at Gracewood.
So veterans will be buried out here for generations. For more than 100 years, there will be active funerals on this property.
The state project has received a lot of local support, but it now has the federal help of Commissioner of Veterans Services, Patricia Ross.
Having such a large population of military here in Augusta, it just seems to make sense that that would be a benefit that would be very viable and usable here in this very military, heavy and friendly town.
Young says while the project wasn't funded for this year, the application will roll over into next year. In the meantime,
we've decided to take a parallel track by seeking an earmark through Senator Warnock's office to get line item funding in the federal budget for the state veteran cemetery in Augusta.
Estimated the project would cost about $10 million. New at 10, South Carolina Congresswoman Nancy Mace kicking off the new year by introducing a new bill that could help with veteran homelessness. The Tiny Homes for Homeless Veterans Act would create a new program for veterans to receive funding to build sustainable tiny homes in, quote, villages for homeless veterans. Representative Mace explained why she's introducing the bill now.
I hear from constituents in the Lowcountry time after time that the veteran homelessness continues to be an issue. And it's not just here in the Lowcountry, it's across our state of South Carolina, it's across the country. And here's an opportunity for us to work together on a pilot program and a study that would look at the ways that we can help end veteran homelessness.
The bill would include supportive services for veterans and their families as they get back on their feet. Representative Derek Kilmer from the state of Washington is a co-sponsor. The Augusta landfill is facing a long list of violations from the Georgia Environmental Protection Division. Those violations include a large amount of solid waste spilling into Spirit Creek. A representative from the EPD made the visit in December. They noted that the trash was not being properly covered to keep it from spilling into the creek after heavy rainfall. Commissioner Brandon Garrett points to a lack of employee training.
Some of the issues are with the employment out there, and we're actually bringing in some additional training for those operators to help them better understand what is, fully required in working in that environment. Landfill environment is totally different than a normal construction environment in regards to what's required and just really how the scope of work goes.
Some other violations include not having the proper equipment for landfill operations and leachate found in ponds on the site. The EPD has fined the city in the past for these violations, but Garrett says this will not be the case this time. All right, well, now it's time to take a look at your weather forecast with our chief meteorologist, Tim Miller. Tim, some very nice weather we've had lately.
Yes, but if you like cold weather, which I know you don't.
Right.
I don't either. Some changes headed our way, Denise, for sure. Live Viper 6. Yeah, much to do about nothing, I'm afraid, with this cold front. The air is just so dry. It produced one or two little showers. I'll zoom in a little bit closer. Basically a line of showers from, I would say, just north of North Augusta all the way through town and maybe down to Rennes. That's about it. I don't see anything else happening, really. Temperatures are fairly mild. We are at 61 degrees. Notice 53 in Washington, 56 in Lincoln. Notice the blue out near Atlanta. That's the colder air that's starting to head our way for sure. Winds have switched, so we have a west-northwest wind, means the front is through and all the southerly wind done. But the wind speeds are going to be the big issue here. We have a lake wind advisory in effect. This is until 7 o'clock tomorrow morning for all the counties shaded in the beige, pretty much a good chunk of the CSRA through tonight into tomorrow. So we'll do wind gust here. Wind gust will be pretty much, I would say, where we're at now. We don't have a 24 or 5 mile per hour gust, but I think we will certainly as we get through the evening times, and then the winds will die down coming up for tomorrow morning. Now, so we're pretty much done with any of the showers. The front's moving on through. There it goes. High pressure will start to move on in, and that's going to bring in some much cooler air for us as we get into the next couple of days. So we'll call it cloudy, 1 or 2 little sprinkles, pretty much done with that. Clearing skies, it will be breezy, and tomorrow will be another pretty day, but it's just going to be noticeably cooler with highs only around 50 degrees. Coming up, we're going to talk about another shot of real cold air that's headed our way next week. We'll dive into that and look ahead towards the weekend in just a few minutes. Teresa.
All right, thanks so much, Tim. Georgia Senator Johnny Isakson was laid to rest today after a tribute to his life was held in Atlanta. The Republican leader died last month from complications of Parkinson's disease. He was 76. Isakson served in the Senate for 15 years, was called a true leader and bipartisan by those who knew him. Redrawing Augusta's political lines is still not a done deal. The political map was approved late last year. Somerville residents opposed it because it put the neighborhood into 3 different commission districts. Today, during a Zoom meeting between Augusta city leaders and state lawmakers, Senator Max Burns said the proposed map needs more work. That did not sit well with Augusta commissioners who worked on the map.
For Senator Burns to make a statement that he would veto it is a little disappointing to me, because it was passed by the ad hoc committee, it was passed by the commission, and it was passed by the school board, who is the voice of the people that they represent.
If Byrne continues to oppose the map, it would have to be approved by the entire General Assembly and not just the local delegation. State Representative Wayne Howard says this could mean the issue will be heading to court. South Carolina's General Assembly will convene for the 2022 session in just less than a week. Nearly half of the state budget last year was allocated to education. The chair of the Senate Education Committee, Greg Kimbry, says a few big focuses for him are addressing learning loss, expanding broadband access, and revamping the teacher training programs.
We have about $2.5 billion in American Rescue Plan money. We have infrastructure money that's starting to flow down from Washington. We have $1 billion in surplus money this year that will be appropriated. It's just regular surplus money.
The senator says some money has already been allocated for broadband expansion and bringing kids up to speed, but he expects even more this session. Now, people are asking which test is the best as COVID-19 cases rise across the 2-state and the demand for testing is growing. Doctors say there are benefits to each version. Riley Benson explains.
We can't keep them in stock. We got about 250 in about an hour ago, and we're down to the last few.
From PCR tests to rapid tests and at-home options, Chad Strawn with Tidewater Pharmacy says the most effective option is the hospital-offered lab tests.
Gold standard is going to be the PCR test. So that's the one that the hospitals are doing, the send-off. It takes typically 24 hours to get back. It takes it down to the DNA level.
The next two options aren't as accurate. Strawn says at-home options and rapid tests work best days into showing symptoms and can still be wrong.
If you are symptomatic at that point in time, you're feeling like you may have a slight fever, some type of headache, again, typical COVID symptoms is when you need to test to see if you have it.
With at-home testing becoming harder and harder to find, Strawn says people should wait to purchase tests until they're showing symptoms of COVID-19.
Most often with these quick at-home tests, they're going to be false negatives because people are testing a little too early.
At-home tests can require varying instructions and attention to detail. Dr. Kay Durst says it's important to not check the test too early or leave it sit and consider testing more than once over a period of days.
You get the swab and you do it in the nose like the different tests, so usually around, some of them up to 15 seconds between both nostrils.
Dr. Durst says more testing sites are popping up. She recommends sticking to a health provider.
I would make sure that you go to a reliable site to get tested.
As for when is the best time to test, Dr. Durst says if you're sick or having trouble breathing, to visit an express care. If you were exposed but feel fine, to wait 5 days and head to a testing site. Dr. Durst says for this, any test would work.
At least if you could get the rapid test or the at home is better than nothing.
4 more Richmond County schools will transition to learn at home for the next several days. Tobacco Road Elementary, Wheeless Road Elementary, Hornsby Elementary, and Lucy Laney High School students will be learning remotely. They'll be allowed back in the classroom on Wednesday, January 12th. To keep up with all the latest school closings, go to WJBF.com. Tomorrow, the Supreme Court justices will hear cases involving the president's COVID vaccine mandate for private companies with at least 100 employees. If the High Court agrees with President Biden, OSHA could begin fining businesses that fail to comply with the mandates as early as January 10th. The court is expected to make a decision quickly. Tomorrow, the 3 men convicted of murdering Ahmaud Arbery are expected to be sentenced. Travis McMichael, the man who pulled the trigger, was convicted of 1 count of malice murder and 4 counts of felony murder. His father, Gregory McMichael, was also found guilty of felony murder. Their neighbor, William Roddy Bryan, was convicted on 6 of the 9 counts, including 3 counts of felony murder. The men all face minimum sentences of life in prison. The judge will decide whether that comes with or without the possibility of parole.